get a look at this 1964 Chevy Impala. Really, really nice car. This one is a two-owner Georgia car. This car has never been outside of the state. Sold locally, I think in Douglasville to start. It's been a while. I bought this car a few months back, but sold locally in Douglasville, Georgia. And then the gentleman that has had it in his collection for the last 26 years is out of Powder Springs. So this car has always been right around here. It really shows when we get into the later videos and you guys get to see the underbody on this thing. Super nice, super solid Impala. Not a lot like this still around. This car has been painted at some point in its life. The gentleman that owned this car has a huge collection. He's been into, he's in the auto business, or was in the auto business before retiring. So he's had a ton of cars. This one's been touched up. You can see there's a slight color difference in the red on the trunk of this vehicle. Stands out more on the camera than what it does to the real eye. But really nice, really solid paint all the way around. Of course, you could paint the car, take it to another level, or just drive it and enjoy it as she sits. Look at the stainless, look at the bright work in the grille. All super nice. Nice chrome on the grille. I'm sorry, on the bumper. Not a lot to talk about as far as paint imperfections. It was driven, so there's a little mark there. There's a little chip there. The red does a really, really good job at not showing that kind of stuff. Little clear imperfection there and a little clear imperfection there. But other than that, super nice. I think we covered, it's been a while. I shot the underbody video for this car when it first got in here. I think I covered all the rockers and everything, but this thing is in fantastic shape. There's a little paint spot there. You guys know the motto, if I see it, you're gonna see it. But listen, I touch a ton of Impalas, and this thing is just in amazing structural condition. Nice dashboard, aftermarket steering wheel, aftermarket column clearly. Odometer on this one reads 01674. Really nice interior, really nice carpet. Just a excellent driver quality car. Check out that headliner. Headliner is beautiful. Package tray with the aftermarket speakers. There's a little stain in the headliner there. It looks like actually the lettering on the backside of the headliner just starting to show through. You're talking about a white headliner that I don't know if it's original to the car, but I can definitely tell you this thing hadn't been touched in the last 20 years. So just absolutely gorgeous. You can see the cab corners. Just beautiful. In between the doors. Super nice door panels. Bottoms of the doors. Just really, really nice. We'll take a look on the other side, pop the trunk, fire this thing up. And we should be able to wrap this one up pretty quickly. The chrome around the doors are in great shape. Mirrors, windshield, all the stainless trim. Just a beautiful, beautiful car. Making sure we're not missing anything. Let's pop the hood, pop the trunk, get this girl up on the lift, and that'll be it for the 64 Impala. All right, so under the hood, no 283, no 327. This is a LT motor pulled from a 23,000 mile Corvette. Again, the guy that owned this car was in the car business, and what I should say when I say that is he owned a huge wrecker service, so he had access to all types of things. 23,000 mile Corvette motor, runs fantastic, nice and clean under the hood. We'll fire it up real quick, let you hear this girl run. As you can see, no shaking, no rattling, no smoking, nothing weird like that. Really nice deck lid. Nice trunk. This is untouched. You know my adage, I don't go spraying trunks and things like that. Don't try to hide anything from anybody. Just really nice, really solid. Aside from the little surface rust from the condensation, just really nice pan. It's absolutely beautiful. Nice car. The weather stripping lips, channels are in excellent shape. Let's get this girl out for a quick drive, and that'll be it. Real quick, this is just the way she was stored, but a little bit of spotting in the paint on that trunk lid. All right, we're getting a test drive in the 64 Impala. As always, turn signals work inside and outside of the car. You know the drill, we don't pull the dashes to replace those indicator lights. So if they work, they work. These all function. The clock does not work. No gauges to speak of. This one's got a set of idiot lights. I just put a tank of gas in here. This gas has been, the car had been sitting with no gas in it for a long time. So typically these floats will freeze up. But as of right now, I'm not going to say that the fuel gauge works. Again, I just put gas in it.
New Northside Drive, exit 22.
Radio works. This car has AC. The AC works, blows cold. Down the road really well, really straight. Speedometer is Inop. What my assumption is when they swapped out that motor, they also swapped out the transmission. So this car does have a turbo 350 in it instead of the Power Glide. That speedometer cable is not compatible. So my guess is that, especially at that time, they didn't make an aftermarket cable. So if you get the proper cable, the speedometer should be just fine. But she runs really well. Again, really straight. Stops just like she should, nice and straight. We're gonna turn it around here and head back to the shop. And we'll call it a day on this 1964 Impala. All right, we are going to get a quick test drive in the 64 Impala. As you can see, turn signal indicators function on the interior and exterior of the car. You know the drill. We don't pull clusters to replace the instrument cluster lights. So if those work, it's always a bonus. Clock is Inop, no gauges to speak of. This one's got a set of idiot lights. Tank had been sitting for a long time, empty, so a lot of times the float will stick. I just filled it up to see if that float will free up, but as of right now, it hasn't moved. Typically, when they sit with gas in it for a day or two, that float will free up. But as of right now, I will just say that the fuel gauge is Inop, as well as the speedometer is Inop. That is par for the course when you change out the, especially back then, when they swapped that motor, they also got rid of that power glide transmission, which is a huge upgrade. They went with that turbo 350 out of a Corvette. The problem is, back when they did this 20 some odd years ago, they did not make a Speedo cable that would have adapted. Now you can get a Speedo cable that would do that. Runs down the road really, really straight. Stops and brakes like she should. Air conditioning works.
Schedule yours today.
Radio works. So not a lot to talk about on this one. We're back to the shop, and this one is on the way to Alabama for sale. All right, guys, let's get a look up underneath this 1964 Chevy Impala. Georgia car, all the way through. This is my first peek up under here, and I am not expecting any surprises whatsoever, just based on the history and where I got this car from. Surface rust on the frame, but that's all rock solid metal. X-frame is in excellent shape. Look at the rear seat pans. They are fantastic and still black without undercoating. We're on the passenger side. Passenger rear floor pan. All the body mounts. It's escaping me at the moment. But nice and solid. No rust, no rot. Going over to the driver's side. Driver's side front floor pan, absolutely perfect. Driver's side rear pan, absolutely perfect. And that driver's side rear seat pan. Again, just some service rust from sitting up, but this thing is absolutely rock solid. Check out the lower rockers, excellent. Same thing back here. And again, these things are shot out of order, so this may be cleaned up, but you're seeing it raw. This video is actually being shot our first day getting this car here in the shop. So absolutely rock solid. No rust, no rot, no Bondo. Just beautiful. 1964 Chevy Impala. Here, they're loading this truck up, this car up, and I just wanted to go over that paint color just so you can see what the difference is. Again, much more visible under that LED light.